Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today for Follow Sketch February, we have this 2-page sketch right here with a bunch of different photos. It is from Everything About Scrapbooking. Now, I've pulled out my photos and I kind of figured out where they were going to go already. That one is not going. That's going on a different layout. But I have these. And they're gonna kind of go this way. So this will be on the left-hand side of the page, and this will be on the right-hand side of the page. I have that kit. I am gonna have to grab some background papers because I don't have enough in that kit. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I have picked out some papers and now I am finding some background paper to use. So this is a khaki cardstock paper pad that I got on clearance from Hobby Lobby. And, you know, it's kind of chilling out over there on the shelf, and I thought this would be the perfect paper pad to scrapbook these beach photos. So there's lots of scenery photos and then one photo of Christopher and I that I plan on using for this layout. Now, I am really excited about double page layouts right now. I've done a handful of them over the past couple weeks, and they're just making me happy. Now, this right here are pre-made backgrounds that I had from 100 Days project a couple years ago. I was making 100 mixed media backgrounds. I still have a pile of them and I am working through using them. So one of them I stenciled through. This is one of the mandala stencils from Scrapping Reflections. And then I pulled a stencil print as well. So normally I pull stencil prints with inks. This time I pulled the print with the glazes, and I am super happy with both of these. Like, I love the way both of them came out. I had no idea that I would end up using it for a beach layout. I kind of thought these would end up being winter pages. Not that it is an exact snowflake. It is a, you know, it's a round mandala, but it was giving me snowflake vibes. So that was originally what I thought I would use these for, but you know, who knew? So this sketch is really awesome with the fact that it has lots of places for photos, lots of places for journaling, a big old space for a title, and basically it's telling you to embellish wherever the heck you want, do it your own way, because it's just a line sketch. Now, I do appreciate a good line sketch because I feel like they are great jumping off points. Because there are so many things that you could end up doing with this sketch. So I am going to trim down my photos a little bit. My photos I make work for me. They're not going to be exactly the size and placement that they're on the sketch because there are things that I want to see through that. Now, if you do hear any background noise, I do have the heater on in the scrapbook room right now. It's a little chilly. It's not cold, but my body is cold. Like, I am cold in the core, so I need that little bit of extra heat right now. Okay, so like I said, I am just going to place these photos down and I'm going to make them work for me. So as you can see on the right hand side of the layout, there are 2 photos. I am using 3. And then the 4 photos on the left-hand side of the layout, I have spanned them across the entire 12 by 12 width of the page. Or I guess that's 12-inch width of the page, not 12 by 12. For this, that big old circle that goes for both sides of the page, I cut out the center of the mandala, and then I am going to adhere this onto the cardstock backgrounds. What that's going to do is it's going to poke out from behind my photos, very similar to how the circle is poking out from the photos in the sketch. Now, it is not going to be an exact circle, and I am completely okay with that. Like, really use this sketch for yourself for creative interpretation, right? So sometimes, and my arm on my chair keeps clicking off. Okay. Sometimes for sketches, not sketches, sometimes for 12 by 12 layouts, I like to kind of go minimal with the decorating. And sometimes I am just like, more is more. I've got a 12 by 24 canvas now, so holy crap, guys, let's get as much as we can on here. Now, for this layout in particular, because I had so much going on with the mixed media that I had pre-made, and the background has all of this texture to it. It is an embossed background paper. And then the photos are so full of texture because it's, you know, rocks and beaches and driftwood and water and all of those things. I just felt like if I put too much decoration on here, it was really going to detract from these photos. Sorry for the weird editing right there. I had taken a work phone call and put my phone on top of the layout, and you could see all kinds of things. So we just deleted that out of there, so that just means there's some weird editing going on. Now, because there is a partial circle over on the right-hand side of that right-handed layout, I decided to use the center that I had cut out of that blue bit. Now, I've also decided that I needed to add something here on the bottom. So I don't know if you can see, but in the sketch, you actually see that circle on the bottom underneath of the photos ever so slightly. That circle goes across both pages, like basically top to bottom. And I didn't want to do that. But what I did do was add this glitter tape, and it's a fancy, fancy humper border on there. And I just go ahead and have that span all the way across the photos on the left-hand side, and then I am going to have it just be underneath of the photos over here on the right-hand side. And what this is doing is giving me a little bit of a touch of blue down at the bottom. It might not be the same exact color blue that I have going on those mixed media pieces that I went ahead and cut out, but it is a shade of blue, and there's multiple shades of blue on here, and it's also sparkly, and my mixed media has sparkles in it too. I love me some good shining, shimmering, splendid, and this is definitely fitting the bill. So I went and grabbed kind of my beachy, oceany themed die cuts. I really don't have a lot left. After I finish the Punta Cana album, not a lot of tropical beachy embellishments left anymore. And that's a good thing. So that means next time we go to Punta Cana, I get to buy new scrapbook supplies. So always a win when you get new stuff, right? My whole thing is I'm going to use the stuff so I can buy more, right? Like, make the space so you can get more, and that's what makes me happy. So none of that beachy stuff really worked. It was more tropical than beachy. Lots of flamingos and conch shells and all that kind of stuff. And believe you me, there was not flamingos, nor were there conch shells on this beach. Not one little bit. So I decide that I need to figure out the title situation, right? Like, is the title going to go over where the sketch calls out for it? Am I going to put the title across the bottom or the top of the L that is formed on the right-hand side with the photos? It's kind of like, what am I doing here? So I decide that I'm going to bring in some more blue things, and it's going to be a variety of blue colors. That way it's kind of going along with this whole theme of getting all of the blue things down. And I'm going to mess around with this stuff and move things around a little bit. They're not just going to, those puffy words that say snap a photo just aren't going to smack right down there on the photo. This is definitely a different kind of layout for me, I want to say. Usually if I have a span of photos, I don't usually cluster them in the middle of a 2-page layout. They're usually balanced on either side, but not clustered in the middle. So this has a different feeling toward me, and I am struggling ever so slightly with decorating this layout. Like the embellishments are giving me a little bit of a thing, right? I did try out that I Love Trees speech bubble, and I was going to put a label over trees and fill out something else and have that as my title, but that green just was not a good match. It didn't feel good on top of this layout. I just did not like it. I am liking the teal, and the little pops of the reddish orange aren't bothering me either. So I'm not stressing out about that whatsoever. But like I said, that green speech bubble was, ugh. It's like, what are you doing? So I am going to try to figure out what else I can use on here. So I grab my labels. Now labels are a great thing to decorate with. I love decorating with labels. They give you a base for a cluster. You could just decorate with labels layered on top of each other. They're a good place to journal. They're a good place to put a title. Like labels in general are just one of the things I really like to use on my layouts. And different kind of labels too, right? Like they don't all have to be the same shape, the same size, the same color. I really just do appreciate a good label. And I have a plethora of them because I use them. So this is a label, but it kind of feels like a tag because, you know, it's got a tag hole. I did not know when I put this tag into the label box that if I would treat it as a tag or if I would treat it as a label. Ultimately, I decided to treat it as a tag. I popped out the perforated tag hole in there. I'm going to use my crochet thread and just tie some twine in that tag hole. Now, you guys all know that we cannot have naked tag holes on our layout. It just doesn't work for me. Like, right? Like, I just don't like it. Go back into my older layouts and you might find some naked tag holes, but we're not talking about that because we have grown as a person. So anyway, this says go see do, and I'm just trying to figure out where I want it to go, where I think it looks best. I've also got these little teal bits that I am trying to sprinkle about the page as well. So I've got those sunglasses over there with the teal kind of lenses, and also that little round sticker. And then it's a matter of getting some more blues on this page, right? So I'm going to peel off my chipboard stickers, and they stuck so well that they left chipboard residue behind, go figure. It's like a follow a sketch February miracle that the adhesive is actually adhering. So I have that banner, and I thought that that added a little bit of interest, and it looks better than just a tag plopped over here on something cool, right? So that banner is a vellum banner. It is translucent, so you can kind of see through it. And then I decided that over here where I put those puffy word stickers, that wasn't enough, right? Like who does that? Who just throws those puffy stickers on a photograph? You very well could, but I was not feeling it. I was feeling very label-y today. So I got a variety of labels. Some of them are blue, some of them are khaki. I even have some gold ones so that I can continue the whole shining, shimmering, splendid theme. I think I'm off looking for something right now, but I have no idea what I am looking for. Everything is very close at hand in my scrapbook room. Some things I can just reach and grab, but other things I actually have to get up and move. This is one of those get up and move things. Oh, I was going through the labels. I have this round sticker label, and as you can see, I am layering them up right here. So I've got a couple of different shades of blue over top of the khaki label, and I am loving this right now, right? Like it feels like the rest of my layout. Now I'm going to go ahead and place down those puffy words that say snap a photo. And yes, we did snap a photo. I'm going to I started by putting the word snap down first, but then I realized it was more important where the word photo ended than where the word snap began. So figure out which direction your words or phrases, which direction is more important, right? Like, do you have a stopping point on the right-hand side that's more important, or do you have a starting point on the left-hand side that's more important? Figure that out and then go with it. And like I said, the right-hand side, in this case, was a lot more important. Now here are these great little heart enamel stickers that accidentally got left on yesterday's layout when I was taking the photos. They kind of blended into the photos that were there. Luckily, these will not blend in whatsoever. I did try pulling out a couple more embellishments that just really weren't working. They were beachy and you know, that kind of whole sea ocean vibe, but they were all pink, and I did not want to bring in the pink color on this layout. I kind of wanted to keep it the shades of blues and also the khaki color. So I've got some tiny word stickers and I've got some labels, and it's just a matter of figuring out where I can put them, where it feels good on the layout. Because like I said, this layout is really devoid of any embellishment clusters. Like that sketch is not giving you, it's not giving it to you, right? You gotta figure that out on your own. So I did decide to place another label with a word phrase over here on that right-hand side. And I am happy with the variety of blues. I am happy with my khaki colored backgrounds. I'm trying to add in any other little random things that might look or feel good on the layout. Ultimately, they stay on the sticker sheet, and I am going to add some of these blue rhinestones. It's just going to add a little touch more of that shining, shimmering, splendid that we all love so well. And then once that is struggling to speak today, guys. It's been a long day at work. Struggling to speak. Okay. I'm going to get those rhinestones down, and then that is going to do it for this layout. So you guys, I am so excited this month with Follow a Sketch February. The amount of people that are participating, the beautiful creations that I'm seeing. I love seeing them in the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group under each sketch. I go through and look at every single one, and I comment on every single one just because I appreciate the fact that you guys are playing along. Use the hashtag if you're going to post anywhere else. That way I can find you there as well. And I think I am going to hush for now. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.